Adrian. Today I'm here to bring you my June TBR. I have ambitions this month. I have 7 or 8 books in my TBR, which is actually not so bad because as of late I've been reading between 6 and 10 books. So I should be able to make it. That being said, every time I say that, I never do. First up is one of my all-time favorite types of fantasy books, and that is fae fantasy. I would love to read The Iron King by Julie Kagawa. I have had this book for such a long time and I have yet to pick it up, and I've been in the mood for some fae books. I don't remember a whole lot about this book since I bought it years ago, but it follows a girl named Megan, and Megan, surprise surprise, is the daughter of the mystical fairy king, only she didn't know about it. And there's evil, and she needs to protect people, and typical fae story. I'm curious to see how this turns out. Is it going to be a dark fae? Is it going to be more romantic fae? I don't know, but I'm in for the surprise. Along those lines, I also really am excited to read The Guinevere Deception by Kirsten White. I have heard a lot about this book, and I'm excited. It's the first newish release that I have purchased in a long time. This one is a King Arthur retelling, and Guinevere is a changeling. Need I say more? I'm excited. Next up is a book that I have been wanting to read for a long time. It has been calling to me from my bookshelves because I loved the first 2 books. I've been putting it off though because it is just a giant of a book, but I am going to read it this month. I'm very excited. This is the month. But this book is also the reason why I don't know if I'll be able to get to all the books in my TBR. That being said, I am super excited to finally read Lion Cub by J.P. Harker. This is the 3rd book in the Caledon saga, the first book being Wildcat and the 2nd book being Leaping Wolf. I really loved these books. They are like a historical fantasy. That's the best way that I can describe it. And it's like if Iron Age Wales meets Imperial Rome. And it is just a match made in historical fiction heaven. Wildcat, the first book, was one of my favorite books of, I want to say 2018. I loved it so much. I have a spoiler-free review for it. If you are into supporting an indie author, I would say check out this book. I've also been getting some emails about potential continuations of the series, and I wanted to reply so bad, but I couldn't because I didn't read the book yet. So if you're watching, James, I am reading your book this month, I promise. And yes, I'm excited for the next book in the series. To compensate for the giant book that is Lion Cub, I would like to read The Slow Regard for Silent Things by Patrick Rothfuss. I have finished The Name of the Wind, and I should be finished with Wise Man's Fear by the time this video goes up because I have like 60 pages left. So I really want to read this one. This is the novella following the character Ari. If you've read The Name of the Wind, you know who I'm talking about. This is also one of my best friend Bethany's favorite book. So I'm so excited to read it and see if it lives up to the expectations that I have for it. Obviously it will, because Patrick Rothfuss is just the king of writing. And thank God I have heard that the next book will be coming soon. I know there's no publication date yet, but we do have a name, and that's already progress. Next up is a cross between sci-fi with a little bit of crime fighting and a little bit of romance. Basically everything that a sci-fi book needs, in my opinion. Anyway, that book is 1,000 Pieces of You by Claudia Gray. This one I've had on my shelves again for a really long time. I'm working my way through my TBR shelf and I am doing so fantastically this year. I'm so proud of myself. Anyway, this one follows a girl named Margaret, and Margaret's parents have created this device called the Firebird. And with the Firebird you can jump between parallel universes. All is well, fine and dandy, until one of their colleagues kills Margaret's dad and then jumps into a parallel universe. So Margaret is on a crime fighting mission to find this guy and bring justice for her dad. Things turn out differently than she expects, romance ensues, yada yada yada. I love parallel universe books. Let's just face it, I'm a book reader. I love all books. The parallel universes, historical fiction, and fae fantasy are the books for me. Anyway, so excited to get this one. It should be a quick and easy read because it's short and it's fun, I hope. We'll see. And lastly, to sort of break up all of the epic fantasy and sci-fi that I will be reading this month, I decided to go for contemporary. So I'd like to read Say You'll Stay by Corinne Michaels. This one is a small town romance. A woman was left 17 years ago by a man she loved. She moved on, she got married, she had kids, her husband betrayed her. She ends up back in her small town, and this guy is here. Now it's her choice. Will she stay or will she leave? I've heard mixed things. A lot of people love it, some people don't love it. Romance are hit or miss for me. If you've seen my last video about my wrap up for all of 2020 so far this year, you'll know that they, generally speaking, they end up at about 3.5 stars. Also, this should be a pretty short read, so I can read outside with my kids while we're on a picnic or playing in the park or sitting in the backyard or whatever, because it's almost summertime. Almost. I have hope for better days ahead. That's it for my June wrap up. Let me know if you have read any of these books and what you thought about them so that I can be a little bit more prepared as I go in. If you enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up. If you have not yet, I'd love for you to subscribe. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye.